So, Michael, what is the solution to the problem?
Shared parenting.
Shared parenting.
Shared parenting. What we need to do is have parents crafting the parenting plan under which their children will be raised in the event the parents aren't going to stay together.
Like a prenup?
Well, like a prenup, but actually a parenting plan in case you're going to get divorced at that particular moment. And if the parents can't agree to a plan, a presumption in law that says that we are not going to favor either parent, that the child will be...
So you make this decision before you have the children, or when they're born?
No. You make this decision at divorce. You go through a process to structure the plan under which the children will be raised.
But there's a lot of acrimony and anger.
But if you can't agree, the state is not going to preference one parent over the other in the form of the judges in the court system.
You ask Mark the other question, then I'll come
Mark, tell me, I understand that you have personal experience with divorce yourself.
Yes, I do. My parents split up whenever I was 10 years old, and it was a very high conflict divorce, and the conflict, the tension has remained. And one of the things that Alec says in this book, which I think is brilliant, is he says, let the divorce be the final answer. That is, once the marriage is over, stop fighting. Just let the battles end instead of having the battlefield shift to the children. And so, my own experience, that's one of the things that I've always desired, is just get along. Just get along. And I think that's one of the best things that divorced parents can do.
Someone
said there are people who continue this kind of behavior because they want to have a relationship with that other person.
Yeah.
They have unresolved... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm sorry. Whenever you have children, your lives are intertwined with that other person for the rest of your life.
Right.
Because there's not only the children's birthday parties and Christmases and all that, but grandchildren come along. There's weddings to consider, all of that. And so it's just, there comes a time where it's just, let's get along.
And the other thing is,
you're not married.
Well, there are feminists who are opposed to parental alienation syndrome, and they dismiss that, and they're filled with all kinds of statistics about abuses and so forth, none of which we would dispute. But they can't dispute the fact that children, particularly girls who are raised in homes without a father, have statistically higher incidence of poor performance in school, drug and alcohol abuse, promiscuity,
well, then what do you say
teenage pregnancy.
What do you say to gay marriage then? I mean, you have two women raising children. There's no father in that house.
Can you imagine gay divorce? What would be more frightening?
What we're seeing here is that the courts aren't
But I mean, you're kidding, right? But that's prejudicial what you're saying, because two mommies can work the same as a mommy and a daddy very often.
But you're jumping tracks here in a very kind of weird way, which is that gay marriage is a separate.
It's that weird.
Well, but I mean, what does it have to do with what we're saying? I mean, gay marriage. I'm all in favor of gay marriage.
You said that girls need a father in the house, and I'm saying there are many girls who are being raised with two mothers.
But you're talking about completely disparate ideas. Where a father exists that is being denied, access is being denied, that's the problem. Where there are two women, there are no fathers.
I say. It's a different, we're talking
apples and oranges here. Where there's two women, there is no father.
Yeah. But it's an interesting point that people just fight for the rest of their lives because they really are connected and they don't want to let go.
They need communication skills training to get to a workmanlike place about the relationship. They don't need to be emotionally involved on a go-forward basis. They need the skill set that will allow them to address problems and issues and move forward.
But for many people, the surest way for you to lose an ongoing relationship with your child in adult life is these kids figure these things out.
I know.
They get older and they see.
Yes.
One of the smartest things that was ever said to me was that all behavior is consistent and that the way people behave in divorce is a view as to how they behave during the marriage. And children grow up and they see what's been done and what's been said, and as they get to be older, they can make up their own minds.